Warning, the opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and or guest. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Complex Networks, Yahoo Sports, its affiliates, or any employee thereof. This show may contain adult humor and profanity and may not be suitable for general audiences. Now that we got all that corporate bullshit out the way, let's start the show.
Can you believe they hired Condoleezza Rice to be our football coach?
Whatever, motherfucker.
I mean, what could she possibly know about football?
She's coming right now. Hello, everybody. First off, I just want to say that I'm really honored to be the first female head coach in the NFL. Now, I know some of you have some concerns about being coached by a woman, and that's understandable, but I just want to say a few things today to help motivate us get the win, if you guys don't mind, okay? Hold on. We're gonna rip their fucking dicks off and make them piss down their throat! And then we're gonna make them regurgitate that piss and drink it with a paper straw, because plastic straws are bad for the environment. Nerf, if that fucking defensive lineman tries to swim you at the line, you punch that motherfucker in his throat and make him cough up blood. But don't get flagged. Baker, if they stack the fucking box, you're gonna throw some long-range deep bombs on those motherfuckers. Not like the bombs we drop in the Middle East, like the bombs we throw for touchdowns. Nobody comes into our motherfucking house and sits on our fucking carpet, because we're the motherfucking Cleveland Browns. Now, are you with me? Hell yeah! Bring it in! Any dogs in the house? I said, are there any motherfucking dogs in this house? Let's go! Browns on three! 1, 2, 3! Browns! I think they went well, Coach Wiley. What do you think? Bless them.
Welcome, everybody, to the big Thanksgiving edition of Mostly Football. We are less than 24 hours away from a giant food coma alongside the champ, the Super Bowl champ, Martellus Bennett. That's the champ of comedy, James Davis. I'm just a guy, Ben Lyons, and we are here for another edition of Mostly Football. Lots to be thankful for. We got a big show, and I don't know, if you're still in the league and you found out, Marty, on your team that Condoleezza Rice was going to be your head coach, how'd you feel, you think?
If I play for the Browns, it's no different from the rest of the coaches they hired.
When you hear Condi Rice's name is being thrown around as a potential head coach, how does it make you feel?
Well, first of all, shout out to Mostly Football for booking Queen Latifah to play Condoleezza Rice. If we could play back, that's who I thought was
Shout out
funny.
to Dana Owens. Yes.
No, no, honestly, that's just the Trump effect, man. There's just some fascination with our country of just having unqualified ass motherfuckers running our shit. You know, we were like, well, we'll deal with the president, we'll deal with the Browns. They're so bad, they'll take anybody who can just synchronize anything. Why don't you just hire Chris Brown's choreographer? Have you seen a concert? All his dancers are just doing all the moves together and they're working together. Just do that on the football field. Let's try anything.
Anything's better than Hugh Jackson, I guess.
They haven't hired the right person in 3,900 years.
So maybe it's
of course,
Rice.
Of course they're going to hire the wrong person again. They hired the wrong person all the fucking time. They're like 3 and 99.
We got a stuffed show for the holiday. One of the Rams who scored in Monday's epic game is here, so that means it could be any Ram. Also, speaking of the Rams and Chiefs, you know, it was an offensive game for the ages. But does either team have enough D to actually win the Super Bowl? Plus, the Cowboys, they seem to have found a little groove, but is that actually a bad thing if you don't like Jason Garrett? And in honor of Thanksgiving, of course, we're eating. We're eating tacos with new Laker JaVale McGee.
First of all, I'm 7 foot. So there's not even like any incognito way I can do anything I ever want to do.
You could be that kid from South Park, though. And really,
Which one?
like, pull the strings of that hoodie.
Kenny, the one that dies every episode?
But I'm saying, then they wouldn't recognize you because you'd be
Because I'd
like,
be dead, that's why.
I like the fact that he goes, first of all, I'm 7 foot. Like, we didn't know this. Yeah. First of all, I'm 7 foot. Duh, that's the first thing we noticed when we saw you, that you were fucking tall as shit. Like, goddamn, you're a walking skyscraper talking about, first of all, I'm 7 foot. Yeah, no shit, we see you.
Captain Obvious, played by JaVale McGee. We'll get to that a little later on the show. But the primetime game tomorrow, the last of the 3 Thanksgiving games, is a Dirty South rivalry. It's the Falcons, and they're going to need a lot to get over the hump because they've been playing some horrible football if they want to upset the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. And those guys have been playing some amazing football, winners of their last 9. Marty, we'll get to the Rams and Chiefs in a minute, but staying with the Saints, they're averaging 45 points a game over their last 3. What's it going to take for them to get upset on Thanksgiving Day? And are they the best team in the NFL?
I mean, the only way you can stop that team is by getting to Drew Brees. Right now, they're able to do whatever they want to do. You either got to pick one thing to stop. You got to stop the run or stop the pass. Last week, we saw him able to throw the ball and run the ball at will. So if you can't take one phase of the game away, it's going to be very tough to stop a quarterback who as surgical and magical as Drew Brees is. So pick one part of the game to stop, and then put your best players up to compete on the other level. So make them make tough throws, get in his face, bring some extra packages, stuff the butt, right, whatever you want to do, because right now that 1-2 punch of passing and throwing is just unstoppable.
I'm glad you mentioned that Drew Brees the key. I feel like this season's been a coronation of Drew Brees and everybody kind of just recognizing his greatness and putting him at the table with some of the all-time great quarterbacks. And speaking of greatness, you know, we got Desi Brown on the show, your best friend. He gets us exclusive interviews each and every week, and I think he's with Drew Brees down in New Orleans.
This is best friend Desi coming to you live from the Big Easy. And I got a Thanksgiving treat for everybody out there that ain't got hit by the itis. I got Saints quarterback Drew Brees locked and loaded to do an interview, and here he comes right now. Hey Drew, what's good? Desi Brown, mostly football. You ready to do this interview? This finna be a breeze. Literally. What? For real? Can you at least grab me a plate with some extra stuffing? No swine though. No pork on my fork. Drew! Man, Drew said he passing on the interview. But that's why I like Tom Brady better anyway. What's up, TB12? But this is Desi Brown for Mostly Football. Back to you in the studio.
Hold up. That's like Desi's like Jay-Z, like the wordplay of that last one when he was like passing and Breeze, like Desi. I see you, man. You killed that.
So you like the double entendres?
Oh, man, the puns and all that? Boy, that boy was flipping words and being absurd with all that.
He's very punny.
So thankful for Desi Brown. Best in the business right there. All right, Marty, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, and because I know how much you love to dress up, I got you this dope chef's outfit, all right?
It better be dope, because sometimes y'all don't get
I know you like movie quality shit, so we got the movie quality chef's gear on Mostly Football from Martellus. And I'm going to give you some teams, Chef Marty, and you're going to break down what
First
those
they try to
teams
censor
need,
me,
okay?
and then they try to get me to dress up on TV. I'm a modern-day Uncle Tom.
Whoa, chill. I don't know about that. You're just playing a chef in a segment about football. Calm down. All right, I'm going to give you some teams. I'm going to tell you whether they got the missing ingredient or not to make a perfect dish and get some W's, all right? We even got some CBD oil on the table. All right, let's get to it.
Say word.
Let's start with the game of the year, the Rams and Chiefs. They exceeded the hype. They combined for 105 points. Patrick Mahomes threw 6 touchdowns. Both he and Jared Goff threw for over 400 yards. It was a video game that came to life, and no doubt that both of these teams can put up points in a hurry. But, Chef Marty, does either team have the defensive ingredient needed to win the Super Bowl?
I'm just trying to see what we got.
What do we got? We got some paprika.
I'm going to go with the CBD because you got to be high if you think either one of these teams have the defense to really compete. In the playoffs, they let you play defense. Right now in the regular season, they try to sell tickets and get the views up. So they're calling everything it's an offensive game because offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. So you must be high if you think these guys have what it takes in the defensive side of the ball to be a championship team.
Well, I think Marty was high when he texted us at 3:30 on Monday. Like, oh, I forgot there was Monday Night Football and I don't have these tickets. I don't know, there's been Monday Night Football for 40 years, but he seemed to have forgot.
I didn't realize every day of the week is the same for me. Every single day is a Friday. I just enjoy life. Like
Marty's just in that imagination station, just drawing, eating candy.
That's what I was doing when I texted him. I was like, oh, there's a game today.
Game of the year. James and I are sitting there hoping to get tickets.
You know, I'm trying to get him there. Marty was like, you know what?
We get you tickets to the next round game.
Something's going on today. There's an energy in the city. What is it? Is it Christmas? What is it?
That's exactly how it was, except for I was doodling and writing some shit, you know, trying to be great.
Yeah, trying to be great, trying not to hook up your friends. Well, the one thing that Patrick Mahomes might love more than touchdowns, it's ketchup. After Mahomes admitted he puts the condiment literally on everything, just like my dad, Heinz promised the QB ketchup for life if he could throw for a record 57 touchdowns this season. Get it? Hines 57, branding, marketing, ad agency, cartoons, Martellus. All right.
Don't do this deal.
Do
not do this deal. Do not get
into
free.
The spirit of it.
Don't do that deal.
Don't do the deal, says
It's a
Martellus.
parable deal.
The
Make them
Chiefs
pay
fans,
you.
They're like, yo, do the deal. Outside of the Rams game, some of the fans were even putting ketchup on Twinkies.
Ew.
I guess that's what you do when you're from Kansas City and you don't know anything about food and just barbecue. The craze has gotten so big that Mahomes has his own line of ketchup. Take a look.
From the makers of Andy Reid's Andy A's sauce, it's Patsup. Now, Patrick Mahomes' favorite condiment can be yours too. Put it on steak, or whatever that is. Put it on your mother-in-law's fruitcake. Hell, put it on your hand and just lick it off.
That shit is delicious.
Patsup is made with organic tomatoes and free-range frog legs. So now you can sound like Pat Mahomes too.
Patch-up is the only spread you need to celebrate every Chiefs touchdown this year. Ribbit. Oh, sorry.
Patsup. Get some.
No pats up on the table. We got some other spices over there. Mitchell Trubisky, he's banged up for tomorrow's game. Speaking of young quarterbacks, it's going down in Detroit tomorrow on Thanksgiving. But the Bears, they're still rolling. Khalil Mack in the defense, well, they're the closest thing the Bears have had to that legendary 85 defense. They're in first place in the NFC North. Chef Marty, you played in Chicago. Do the Bears have enough to contend? And what ingredient do you think they need to get over the hump?
I don't know if that's a very true statement about the 85 Bears defense.
It's the best Bears defense they've had since 85.
Nah, when they went to the Super Bowl, that defense was fucking good.
Yeah, Brian Urlacher was pretty sweet.
That Les Briggs, Pat Tillman, those guys were rolling.
All right, so this is a step below that team. Thank you for
I just want to make
correcting.
sure that, just to get y'all Bears history.
Yeah,
I
all the
was
Bears.
there in Hallis Hall in Chicago for a long time, and there's a lot of people that get passed over. Lovie Smith gets looked over because he
won 10 games and got fired.
I know. That's what happens when you're a black coach.
You know? Shoot, nah, I ain't gonna censor you. Let them know. Talk your talk.
You saw what they did to my man in Toronto?
Dwayne Casey, coach of the year in the NBA.
Shit,
fired.
they fired him. Oh, man.
All right, back to the Bears.
Yeah.
What do they need to become a serious threat in the NFC North?
I think they will need. Oh man, what are these? I don't even know what some of these do. What
are you having questions about?
I mean, ground sage. Who uses ground sage, and what do you use it for?
What do they need? Forget the spices. I know you're taking your chef duties rather seriously, even though you don't put on the chef hat. What do the Bears need to become like a football team that you actually respect?
I do respect the Bears.
You do?
Yes, I think the Bears are playing very well right now. I think they're doing just enough to win games. I think they haven't had to have an excellent showing from Trubisky yet, but I think the defense is going to keep them in games, and it's Trubisky's and the offense job not to lose games. And I think when your defense, this team is set up on the defensive side to win a championship. So they're not going to put up the numbers that you're seeing with the Rams or the Chiefs or other teams like this, but they will keep the game close, and they're going to have to win games in the fourth quarter. If they could continue to keep the games close, they're going to come through in the fourth quarter because I really like what their coach is doing too.
Playoff team, you think, Bears?
Yeah, I mean, who else is coming out that division?
Yeah, right? Aaron Rodgers and the Packers don't look like enough, and we know what you think about the state of Wisconsin.
So they're leading.
Yeah, so what's it like as a Raiders guy to see Khalil Mack out there balling out? That must be fun.
I mean, I'm happy for Khalil, man.
You seem ecstatic.
He escaped the NFL sunken place, which is the Raiders right now. But also, I'm just happy to see Chicago leading anything that's not murder or shooting related, you know?
Chicago's not that bad. There's just great things happening. I love Chicago. I
know, but I mean they've been killing with like the murder rates and stuff. I'm happy to see them like on the top of like the NFL, NFC.
I think you just said they've been killing it with the murder rates.
I
so
did.
On that note, let's move on.
Wordplay.
Just a couple of weeks ago, the Cowboys, well, speaking of wordplay, they were left for dead. Zeke's been running wild. Dallas has won 2 straight, and first place in that wide open NFC East is actually on the line tomorrow when Dallas hosts the Washington football team. Chef Marty, if Dallas keeps winning, Jason Garrett keeps his job, right? That's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, they won 2 games in a row, and everyone's so crazy about it right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and they beat the Redskins, and then they beat the...
If they beat the Redskins on Thursday,
they beat the Redskins, and they beat... I forgot who they played.
They beat Atlanta.
Yeah, they beat Atlanta, who's not playing very well, and who they beat... whoever they beat for that probably
Texans,
was...
I think, or they lost.
No, Texans,
I don't know. They lost.
Texans lost like 8 straight. So I'm not really buying into
the Eagles, yeah.
I'm not, beating the Eagles, that's not very much right now. So I'm not really buying into this whole thing of like, oh, the Cowboys are back right now, because I think they could still win this division because this division is very weak. But at the same time, anyone could win this division right now. And
so they need all the spices. They need all the help.
They just need to find a way to keep the pumpkin spice that is Ezekiel Elliott running the ball, because this guy could fucking play some football.
Yeah,
he's out there doing everything. He's leading in receiving. He's leading in rushing. But how long can he keep this up to be the leader in 2 phases of the game on offense?
Yeah, we'll find out. I can't believe they're still in the mix with the season they've had. And another team in the NFC East that's actually still in it, the New York Giants. They actually have life. Saquon, Odell, and the 3-7 G-men have strung together back-to-back wins. Forget for a minute the victories came against the lowly Niners and Bucks. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Chef Marty, is there any way the Giants have the ingredients to actually contend for the NFC East crown?
Again, the NFC East is pretty weak this year. My man Alex Smith is down, so that was a big blow to the Redskins and what's going on over there. I think this is still open. I think they can. If they bounce back late in the season, they continue to win out, they could actually
Crazy.
win.
Who you got in the NFC East?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, 6ix9ine just got arrested. I really feel like that's going to mess up the energy in the whole New York area.
Yes.
There's so many questions surrounding that. It's going to leak into the locker room. People will be like, what's happening to 6ix9ine?
Racketeering. What is racketeering?
Focus on the plays, and so that's, they're not New York.
Giants are out of it.
Yeah.
Well,
You think Eli's going to be like, yeah, it's kind of like what happened with my jersey and helmet that one time.
What?
Remember there was like the whole scandal behind his helmet? Was it real or was it authentic or was it game worn?
I don't remember Eli Manning and Tekashi 6ix9ine references. Racketeering. Anyway, the quietest win streak in the league belongs to I love this show so much. I'm so thankful for it. Belongs in Indianapolis. The Colts have won 4 in a row. They haven't given up a sack in a month, and Andrew Luck seems to be a lock for comeback player of the year. Chef Marty, how far can Luck and the Colts go this year, and what spice do they need? What ingredients do the Colts need?
These look like some lucky motherfuckers right now. So I think what they need is a little bit of a little ground sage and ground clothes, because Andrew Luck is still throwing the ball a whole lot.
They need the ground game.
They need the ground game.
Yeah,
we got there.
We got there.
He's been throwing the ball a lot, so I want to know how long he could keep it up, throwing the ball as much as he does. And if they could get the ground game going a little bit more, I think this team is very up for. But they have to beat the Texans. So
I like seeing Andrew Luck healthy, man.
I love Andrew Luck. He's great, and he still has a flip phone and
a book club.
He's just I have a book club too, so that's not that special. And he's just really, really great, and he's just a good dude with a nasty beard, and I just enjoy it.
What's in the book club right now? What do you recommend?
I'm so
for the
glad
holidays,
you asked
right?
that.
Yeah, right.
I'm so glad.
Let's put football aside and let's talk books. What should we read over the Thanksgiving holiday?
What you guys should read? I just finished This Is Marketing by Seth Godin, and then I think the next book is probably going to be Matilda.
Dope.
I like to read
reread
fiction
stories at different
around
times
Christmas
of
time
your life.
of the year. So,
Shout out to Roald Dahl.
I didn't realize her dad was such a dick.
Matilda's dad?
In the book, he's worse than he was in the movie. Danny DeVito was in the movie, you know what I'm saying? But if you read the book, you'll be like, God damn, he don't want his daughter reading books.
You know what? I'm too invested in that topic to go further. So this is mostly football, and it's time that we talk about things that are mostly not about football. So let's get into it. A Canadian curling team, including former gold medalist, was kicked out of a tournament for getting too drunk. Dudes reportedly broke some brooms and damaged the locker room. This is curling, so I promise there were no brothers involved with the story, but I'm just happy that these curlers are getting lit, because honestly, curling sounds super boring, so I'm glad they're out there turning up.
I feel like when you went to Montreal to go do stand-up or whatever, after the show, you do well for yourself if you told some ladies that you were a professional curler.
Probably.
I could see you using that as a move.
It works better than comedian.
I don't think it's gonna work though, because they'd be like, I watch curling, I don't see one black guy on the ice.
And I'll be like, yeah, I'm the next, baby. I'm coming
I'm the LeBron of curling.
I'm Tiger Curling. All right, staying with sports, I didn't know were sports. The British press are calling it Fartgate. Wesley Ham blamed his loss in the Grand Slam of darts on his opponent's rancid farts. Gary Anderson denied he passed gas, saying, quote, "You can put your finger up my arse. There will be no smell there." Anderson said usually when he farts during a match, he shits himself. So obviously it wasn't him. He's like, hey man, I know it wasn't me, because when I fart, you can see it. okay? Because I shits on myself. Ain't no shit, so I didn't fart. Don't you bring these accusations to me, man. I'm a professional.
Yeah,
That's how it went down.
Who says you can stick? He lied. He's a liar. You stick your hand up anybody's ass, it's gonna smell like shit. Cause that's what's in asses, shit. So if it looks like shit, then it smells like shit, and you smelt it, you dealt it. So it's the other dude that was farting. He probably didn't know he had those silent farts that you don't know that you do.
Yeah, he should countersue.
Anytime you're defending yourself, you're like, no, you can stick a finger in my ass. It's all good. It's not really a great defensive strategy.
Yeah,
no, totally. You guys, I'm right in this. Just stick a finger on my ass and we'll figure it out.
You, burn your finger. Who wants to do it? Anyone, you know no one's going to do it.
Wait, I have a question, though. In the league, is there ever a dude that's passing gas, like it's 4th down, and the dude's like, I'm about to hit him with the gas?
It doesn't really matter. Like, we play through all conditions. This isn't basketball. This is football. We play through no matter what. Now, the basketball card, they start farting, they probably take a TV timeout. Football field, we don't do that shit. It's rain, slow, sleet,
boo-boo,
hell, whatever
fart,
it is. They force you to
shits.
play out there on that green grass.
Yeah.
Well, that is very commendable. Speaking of shitting, Arthur Posey was arrested at a Willie's Chicken Shack in New Orleans after threatening to blow the place up. He told cops he was only talking about blowing up the bathroom with the good stinky crap. Good luck convincing the judge. Now, come on, everybody in the world. I'm saying it right now. This is what you should know. If a brother says he's about to blow up the bathroom, he's about to take a long, strong doo-doo. No terrorism is gonna occur. Just know that. Just make a mental note, you know? All you permit patties listening to the show right now.
Yeah. Who called the police? Hey, I was in a Willie's Chicken Shack, and dude said he's about to blow up the bathroom after he eat some hot links.
First of all, nobody at a Willie's Chicken Shack can afford explosives. Because you're at Willie's.
This story's so ridiculous on so many levels. First of all, people announcing what they're about to do in a bathroom always gives me a great sense of enjoyment.
There's no bomb. You can stick your finger in my ass or see.
But Ben, to your point though, you kind of have to announce that you're about to blow it up, because if you're hanging out, say we're hanging out, right? Say we do the show, and I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom, and I don't return for 15 minutes. You'll be like, what's going on? So I gotta let you know that I'm gonna be gone for a minute, but that's an awkward conversation, so I have to make it lighthearted. So, about to blow up this bathroom real quick. Instead of, hey guys, I'm gonna get ghost for a second because I have to go defecate.
What am I supposed to say? Congratulations. Good luck out there. I hope it works out.
I might need your luck. You don't know how it's gonna go.
You could be like, I do what I do. I don't have money, but what I do have is a particular set of skills.
All right, finally we have an athlete here. Mark Sanchez signed with the Redskins.
Who?
Mark Sanchez. Who? Mark Sanchez. He signed to the Redskins, who just lost Alex Smith to a broken leg. Tomorrow is 6 years to the day of Sanchez's infamous butt fumble as a member of the Jets. So Sanchez gets a job, and Colin Kaepernick is still unemployed. I know. You keep on hearing about it because it's
I don't know, because it's super fucked up,
Yeah.
and there's so many terrible USC quarterbacks who are still in the NFL. Matt Barkley.
We got to censor the show.
Cody Kessler. No, we're not censoring mostly football. We're telling it how it is. It's bullshit that Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job. It's insane.
It is.
Mark Sanchez, really?
Mark Sanchez is terrible. I almost got in a fight with Mark Sanchez in high school.
Yes, continue.
Yeah, so it was like, we was at an All-American game in San Antonio, and he's been a dick to people, and I don't like when people be dicks to other people, you know what I'm saying? So we're on the bus, you know, he was talking all this shit. It was me, Fred Rouse, Jonathan Stewart was there, Deshaun Jackson was on the team, Ndamukong Suh, Michael Orr, everybody was there, and he was talking all this trash, so I made him get off the bus. Get off the bus.
Was he on your team?
He was on my team. Gotta get off the bus, man.
You made your quarterback get off the bus?
Yeah, gotta get off the bus.
Kick rocks.
Go, yeah. I don't have to punch you in your mouth.
That was pre-Uber, too, so Sanchez was just standing there on the side of the road.
Well, he just was, like, entitled, and I couldn't understand that because I didn't come from a place of entitlement, so I didn't know what it meant. So just on that note, I'd just rather have Kaepernick play in the league than this motherfucker.
Well, back to Kaepernick. On the bright side, Colin became a meme for the mugshot of that big dude with no neck. They called him Kaepernick. Get it?
Glad we paid the big bucks to bring the comedy to the show, James. Thanks so much, buddy. We're gonna spend.
That dude look like a Koopa Trooper.
We're gonna spend plenty of time giving thanks for our many fortunes today and all of our blessings tomorrow as well. But that's not the only thing we're giving. We're also giving fucks. But how many? Time to find out.
Literally.
Can we edit in some laughter after my Colin Kaepernick?
Well, I know you're gonna have something to say about this one. Tiger Woods winning a
joke.
golf event exponentially raises the number of fucks given about the sport worldwide. He's a 50% chance of doing that Friday in The Match, a head-to-head pay-per-view showdown with Phil. $9 million on the line, a bunch of side bets. Something tells me Phil's gonna be 2 martinis deep. Martellus, how many fucks you give about The Match?
I give a birdie worth of fucks because I just like to see brothers do well, especially when it's a one-on-one match.
A one-on-one match? You just like one-on-one competition?
He's stopping himself.
Yeah, I know.
When it's a
horrible.
brother against a white man, of course, I have to go see my brother Tiger Woods.
This is the one-on-one match. This is LeBron versus Kobe one-on-one. This is the Michael Jordan versus LeBron one-on-one. This is that matchup, you know what I'm saying? Who's better one-on-one. So it's a battle of the minds, battles of athleticism, and it's no interference. It's just me versus you. So I'm interested in anything that's like that.
Give a birdie's worth of fucks. How many fucks you give, Jay?
I give 14 fucks because Tiger has 14 majors. And he's the greatest golfer of all time, and he's one of my heroes. And we could do a whole episode about how much I love Tiger Woods, and I'm going to be watching it. And honestly, the more we talk about Tiger Woods, the less cool I look. So I want to stop talking.
I give 18 fucks, man. I'm going to be locked in for every single hole. It's going to be awesome on Friday. All right, next up, a Wisconsin manufacturing company has decided to gift guns to all 16 of its full-time employees for the holidays. The company is called Ben Shot, not making that up, and no, I'm not involved, and they specialize in bullet-embedded glassware. Marty, how many fucks you give about this Wisconsin company?
I give a banana clip worth of fucks. Why are you going to keep handing out weapons in a society of the way, or do these people even have gun licenses? Can they even tote the gun? How you just going to give motherfuckers guns just to give them guns? Hey, Merry Christmas, here's a gun. Hey, Merry Christmas, you get a gun, you get a gun, you get grenades, and here's a rocket launcher for you motherfuckers. Stick to making glass, bitches.
James, how many fucks are you about this company?
One worried fuck. Why are we gifting guns? Who needs all these guns? Is this Fortnite? Do y'all have some holiday battle royale that y'all do every holiday season after Thanksgiving where everybody just gets all their guns and whoever survives gets the corner office? Because honestly, this is weird. Why do we all need guns?
This is terrible. I give a fuck you amount of how many fucks. Fuck you to this company for putting more guns out there and for giving employees who might not want a gun, know how to use a gun, and might have children. Like, just fuck you. Like, I hate these stories.
How diverse is that company is what I want to know. What's the diversity rate at that company? I want to know who's working
Someone
there.
tells me that this show is a lot more diverse in that company. Put it out there.
It would be funny though if like everybody got guns and the one brother gets like the small ass pistol. Like, what y'all trying to say?
The noisy cricket?
Y'all
like,
trying to, why I got a little gun and all y'all got bazookas and shit?
Yeah.
I'm just
Virgin
kidding.
Galactic took a huge step towards making commercial spaceflight a reality this week when they successfully flew a 747 carrying a space rocket under its wing for the first time. The company says it's on track to reach orbit in early 2019 with the long-term goal of passenger flights to space. Marty, how many fucks you give about going to space?
I want to go back to get this joke in.
No.
They're not going to give the brother a gun.
No.
They're going to give him a knife. It's Wisconsin. It's not equal opportunity in Wisconsin. They're going to have him show up with a knife to a gunfight. That's just how Wisconsin equipped the blacks. Okay. But about to go into space, I give a Madonna worth of fucks. It's like a virgin. So, I mean, shit. This is close. Going to space, I used to think it was cool, but then I realized that they try to send us up to a vast emptiness of nothingness. And it just reminds me of the never-ending story, how the nothingness was eaten away. So they keep trying to send motherfuckers to a place where there's nowhere to live, there's no water to drink, there's nothing to do. Like, why do you want to go to space so bad before there's real estate there? With that being said, I'm investing in real estate in space now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know you're connected somehow to the next, wave of opportunities of creating in space. So I was kind of worried you were going to be like, fuck space, but now you're like, let's invest in space.
Slaughterhouse 5.
I like it. Dope. How many fucks about space?
I mean, yeah, you're going to space, but nowhere in particular. You're just going to space. That's really not as impressive as if like you were going to like move to like a planet. So really, that's just a date night. That's just like something to do on a Friday night. Like, hey, girl, let's like go to a movie and then go to like space. You know,
Check it out.
Yeah,
walk around.
It's literally just some weird ass expensive recreational event. So I give it a dates night, an expensive date night's worth the fucks. And girl, if I take you to space.
I say that's an awkward ride home from space.
Oh, it's a long ride
home.
It's a long, sexy
I'm giving an OG Richard Branson amount of fucks on this one because this is some killer shit, and he's giving Elon Musk a bar right now because Elon Musk is doing all these tests of SpaceX and Tesla. And, oh, what's that rocket going over on Venice on a Sunday night? No, you're not doing shit. You're like smoking blunts on podcasts. Like Richard Branson's out there sending people to space. It's an OG Richard Branson move, and I like it. All right, coming up next, look who's chilling in our green room. It's our fantasy football guru, Liz Loza, and one of the stars of the Rams, Josh Reynolds, just casually hanging out and having a good time. We'll get to them in a second. And we are all here at Mostly Football, very, very thankful, obviously, this holiday season. But not everyone you'll see tomorrow is worthy of those thanks. So today, we honor those people.
Mostly Football presents the least valuable people of Thanksgiving. Today we honor you, overzealous Turkey Bowl participant.
All right, y'all. Greatness is upon us. It's on the other side of that goddamn field. That's not our family over there. It's the goddamn enemy.
With your total disregard for human safety, you treat every down like it's the fourth quarter of the Rose Bowl.
Damn it, damn, get set! You wanted this noise, get set! And Carol, motion! This is motion! Set go!
No man, woman, or child will be spared in your path to backyard glory. And while sportsmanship isn't a four-letter word, dick certainly is.
Let's go! Oh my God. Ooh, too slow.
So here's to you, overzealous Turkey Bowl participant. And please God, someone tell him there's no reason to stiff-arm your cousin.
He does get the worst.
We gotta lick ice cream up. We gotta lick ketchup over there. Punch in the face.
Joining us once again to drop some fantasy football goodness, it's our good friend Liz Loza. Welcome back to the show. And Marty, look who's making his first visit to Mostly Football. Starting wide receiver for the 10-1 LA Rams and your fellow Texas A&M alum, Josh Reynolds. Thank you so much, dude. And thanks for rocking out in the Coliseum the other night. What was that like to be out there on Monday night in the game of the century?
Oh, man, it was wild. Yeah, the atmosphere was something else. I'd never seen the Coliseum shaking like that, you know, for the 2 years that I've been playing there. It was crazy, man. It's probably one of the funnest games I've never played in my life.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there, but Marty didn't get us together.
Because he forgot.
I forget a lot of things. Man. That's why I have people in charge of logistics.
But you are here today, Marty. You didn't forget this.
I almost forgot to come this morning. That's why I was a little bit late.
Don't forget to read the prompter now too.
No, I'm not worried about the prompter. I got better questions to ask. Hey, so during the game, I saw like guys were cramping.
Yeah.
Guys were starting to cramp up. So like, when you guys have such a high-power offense and running so many plays, moving the ball down the field, and because you guys had to get off 70 snaps.
Yeah, just about.
Just about, so, you know, the average game is, what, 50 to 60 snaps. So that's 10 more plays. And it's like you running. It's hot, and emotions are boiling. But the games are great. Those games are the best when they're close. Like, you guys, the closer games I've grown, when I played, I felt like the closer games were more fun than when it was like a blowout.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Mostly because the closer ones, you're actually in it. You know? Yeah. You're fighting against something. You know, when it's a blowout, you kind of just, when's this game finna be over, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But when it's a close one, you're just fighting back and forth. You're not worried about when the game's finna end, stuff like that. You worried about what we need to get this win.
I like Sean McVay. How has he been able to keep you guys focused when you've been having so much success over such an extended time period? To be 10-1 right now is just, I mean, it's a great place to be, but it's easy, especially in LA, the big lights, everyone's smelling your shit. Your shit smells great, unlike the guy that throws darts. So how do y'all stay focused, and what is it like in that locker room for you guys to say, like, one more or the next one and just stay focused on the task at hand?
I mean, we really just try not to make more the next game bigger than it really is.
Yeah.
We just, really carrying the same week through the next week, So I mean, 1 week at a time, really. I mean, we like I said, we don't dig too deep into it. We just.
Is that how you approach each game too? Since obviously your exposure in this game was much larger with Cooper Kupp being gone for the season with that ACL tear, and weeks 6, 7, and 8 he was out, and you also got more snaps though, 100% of snaps this week. My goodness, you had a big game against Green Bay in week 8. How was this game for you? You got moved into the slot some, so you were being moved all over. I just want to know what that feels like, because this was I'm going to toot my horn a little bit here. I mentioned you in last week's episode as someone who I thought looked like Marvin Jones a little bit. I comped you a little bit. I hope you're okay with that. And I thought could high point and really do some work for the team with Kupp out. So how does that feel like to be compared to him, or how did you prepare for that next level?
Well, I mean, for me, I've been playing at that level, just about my whole life,
Swag.
Dig it. I mean, I am sweating right now. I'm so excited. I'm Josh Reynolds in the game.
I'm like, I've been a starter my whole life. I get to the NFL, that's new to me. Being a backup, being the next guy up. So, nothing really changed for me. My routine stays the same. I get more reps, which helps me in the long run, because now the plays get easier for me to just know inside and out of each play. So now I'm out there playing fast.
So let's speak of that. Like, when you come into the league, everybody in college is an all-star, and when we all come to the league, everyone's the best person in college. Like, everyone's good. Everyone's good at what they do. There's not people in the league that can't play, you know what I'm saying? So you come in and you have to take a role that's a backup, and you're just like, well, fuck. This, like, you want to root for your teammate, but at the same time, you're competing against this motherfucker. Right. So it's like, that was a great catch, but shit, my shit would have been better, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole career, you know what I'm saying?
That's probably why you're sitting on the couch with us.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you have to prepare for your moments, because you never know when it's going to be your turn, because everybody's one play from being away, one play from starting.
Exactly.
So, and for you to get your chance to be prepared for those moments, what do you do to prepare, when you're not getting as many reps? Are you not able to get with the rapport with Jared? Because you probably got better rapport with the second string quarterback than you do with the first string. So how do you stay in this air to continue to grow and let him know that you know your shit?
Well, with my plays, it's it's staying on film, staying on my plays, studying my plays, stuff like that. But with the whole rapport with Jared, I mean, me being so long is, it's kind of not too hard to miss.
Just put it somewhere. I saw you guys have decided to attack Orlando a lot. You going at him, attacking him right now. That matchup. What did you see on tape or Sean McVay saw on tape that decided to air the ball out more this game than the ground and pound it?
I don't think it was. It wasn't initially our scheme, to air it out more. We're a balanced offense.
Yeah.
But however McVay feels how the game's going, kind of different things happen throughout the game where he sees different stuff that the defense is giving us that now he's we'll go ahead and attack the sky a little more.
So you're having a lot of success. You guys are 10-1. You're a young dude living in LA. Coach McVay, he's been here. He's been getting after it. He probably gets you guys into all the clubs and stuff. Can you guys now help James out? Like, can he come and roll? And you're like, what's it like to be young in L.A. with a young coach who's out here getting it? 'Cause McVay gets it, and you're laughing because it's true. So
he got a girlfriend, man.
Okay.
I got a girlfriend, so I've been trying. I've been keeping it cool.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys with girlfriends that don't have girlfriends.
But all humility aside, even like girlfriend aside, like that energy on Monday especially, it felt like that was like the place to be in LA. Like that was like, how it's like, Greystone on Sunday or like certain clubs, and like that was the move, and like you even have like celebrities like YG at games. Like how's that as when you're seeing rap artists that you listen to while you working out, training on the sidelines, getting game balls and just cheering you on, and they're cheering you on like you the rapper on stage at the concert. Like, how does that feel?
It definitely a role reversal right there, man. It's it's something that you kind of just see on TV, on shows and stuff like that. You don't, you don't
Like
get
you
to
on Ballers or
yeah,
something.
you don't get to see that too much, man. So for me to be out here and get to see dudes like Jay-Z and YG on the sideline, it's that's crazy.
You are part of history,
Yeah.
and that's like always going to be that you are part of history. And there are a lot of young receivers that seem to be coming into the league and making an impact in years 1 or 2, like you. So tell us about your transition to the NFL.
It's long. I'll tell you that. It's a long process from training to Senior Bowl to combine to then draft. It's long, but it's fast at the same time. But I mean, really, my transition, the hardest part for me was realizing, like for me, I tried to change up my game, for the coaches instead of.
Don't do it.
Instead of playing.
Don't let them censor you. Don't let them censor you.
Yeah,
Instead of playing,
that happened.
Playing how I play.
That what happened to me my first 4 years. They try to, be like this, be like that. But then I was talking to Ram Owens one day, and he used to do a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, man, can you teach me how to cut like that? And he was just like, man, never try to cut like another man because our feet are different, the way our lenses are different, all this stuff is different. So figure out what works for you.
Exactly.
And that has been great. But I always had someone to look up, like it was Patrick Creighton, Terrell Owens, Marion Barber, Brandon Marshall. I always have all these other guys that I could work with and learn from. And one of the guys on your team that I love and I love working with, and he's just like a very, very good dude, is Brandon Cooks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Cooksy.
Cooks, my God.
Oh, man, he's just a good human being.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Vegetarian, he's very clean.
All of that.
Brings his own food to the hotel, have an extra
own water bottle. Got his mountain water.
When you talk about being a professional and you come into the league and transitioning, because the thing I think a lot of young players fail to realize is that it's a job. Right? It's a job. Like, you got a job to do. You got to be at work. You got a certain time you got to be there. It's every day is an interview. Like, you're interviewing for this team, you're interviewing for other teams. Because once this team is done with you, your lease is up there, you got to go find a job somewhere else. So, like, becoming a professional athlete is a lot tougher than a lot of kids really realize. So when you say, like, that transition, not only from training to get to the NFL, but then when you get to the NFL, you're like, oh, shit, like, we got playbooks, you got schedules, it's like everything, you had to be everywhere. So, like, with that atmosphere, I had an older guy. Does Brandon help you out a lot?
Oh, for sure, man. And it even be just small stuff like, how to take care of body and stuff like that, and just watching him, how he carries himself. Yeah. Because you can get a lot from just watching guys, vets around, like Big Wit, Yeah. Yeah, been in the league for like 12 years, so guys like that.
What about watching? Like, I love this that there's a kinship on the team and a mentorship going on. But what about watching opposing teams? What was it like to watch Pat Mahomes? I know he's on the opposite team, and Marty will tell you I will sing the praises of Jared Goff all day long. But what was it like to watch Showtime during Showtime?
You always give respect to people, ballers, and Patrick Mahomes a baller, and Kareem Hunt a baller. They got a good squad over there. They got a good offense. They got some weapons.
Which receivers do you like to study in the league? Like, who do you admire?
Tell you the truth, I really take stuff from everybody. I can take stuff from Brandon, Cook, from Woods. Even though we're different size, style, and all like that. I kind of like just having stuff in my back pocket.
You got to have it all. Your toolbox. The bigger your toolbox is, the more shit you can fix.
Got to expand it. So, I like to watch pretty much a lot of people. Yeah. There's can't just pinpoint, too many of them.
Yeah, I like to watch a lot of guys play too when I played. And all right, here on this show, mostly football. And since tomorrow is Thanksgiving, we like to do a thing where we call alt fantasy, non-football fantasy questions. So tell me the name of one celebrity that you would like to have at your Thanksgiving dinner. We'll start with you, Josh.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, why?
Just man.
You don't need Kevin Hart. We got James right here.
That nigga Kevin funny though.
Funny.
Especially like hanging out, like just he'll shoot on you the whole time though. He gonna be roasting everybody,
That's all I need, man.
The food, the plate, the family members.
Hey, man.
What about you, Liz?
Well, if Josh won't come to Thanksgiving tomorrow, then I would say...
He has a girlfriend.
I'm not trying to be... I'm a husband. I'm not
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to be
Oh, well,
with him.
you and the girlfriend could go to Liz's.
Yeah, you can come to my house. We got a bounce house in the back for the kids. Oprah?
I don't know if
I mean, I think I'd like to have Oprah and kids.
Martella's not impressed by Oprah.
Like, I don't...
Oprah hasn't done enough. She hasn't created enough for the captain of.
I'm just messing with you.
But also, Oprah would have a crew so she could bring people to cook and clean.
Yeah, I feel like that comes along with Oprah.
Maybe she'll give me a car.
She probably will. I brought this car. I drove it here, but I'm leaving it for you. We're going to Uber home.
Thank you for the sweet potatoes. Have a Tesla.
Yeah.
That shows where Oprah is though, because Marty was definitely like, word.
Yeah.
Who you got, bro?
Who you got?
I just had it. I just lost it.
Oh, that's juice to it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Marty, who you got? Well, if we can put her to work and my family can benefit, I feel like the queen of Thanksgiving is Martha Stewart. But if she's just there to drink and hang out, then no, I don't want to invite her. Like, I'm going to go, I mean, Snoop Dogg would kind of change Thanksgiving dinner for the family. I'd love to see my mom and Snoop Dogg after, and then maybe enjoy dessert. That could be fun.
I remembered Will Smith. Because I'm going to get some motivation.
Will Smith? I thought we were going gumbo.
Get your followers up.
Happened?
You get your followers
it said
up.
celebrity. The question changed. At first, I was just whoever makes the best gumbo in the world. I want them because I just want some gumbo. But celebrity Will Smith, because you get motivation, you get funny stories, and then we might go bungee jumping. Now I'm on his Instagram. I got 100,000 more followers, and I'm popping.
Yeah, that is true. And for me, like since I like to do it big and my table sits like 25 people, I have to invite more than one. So I'm going with Scooby-Doo, Jesus.
There we go.
First of all, Shaggy doesn't get a plus one?
No. Because I got a dog. My dog, Wendy, is a female. If I could hook her up with Scooby, I'll be rich for life.
I feel you get that Snoopy snack money.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll put the dog out there like, you go marry somebody, we all be good. You know
He fucked up. He got his dog neutered yesterday. Shout out to Blue. So, yeah, you're not getting that Scooby-Doo money.
A 25-person table?
Yeah.
You really have that?
Yes.
Weird flex.
Jesus could come. It's not going to be my last supper, but it might be Jesus' last supper again.
Ooh, dark. Dark.
I'm going with Voldemort because he just seems like he'd just be cynical. Or Professor Snape.
Marty
over
gonna be
Voldemort.
doing drugs. He gonna be on shrooms. Care Bear's gonna be there. Darkwing Duck, Mickey Mouse, Rick James.
I would love to sit at dinner table with Rick James and Dave Chappelle. And maybe I would like Martha Stewart at my house too.
Yeah, but she got to work. She
How is Martha
sit there for the
Stewart
cocktail.
getting more love than
She gotta
Oprah?
work.
What is going on?
She's like synonymous with Thanksgiving. I don't see like Oprah like making a cornucopia for the table. You know what I mean?
I feel like Oprah's making shit for anybody.
Well, are you kidding? She canvassed in Georgia for Stacey Abrams.
Get out of here.
Who's Stacey Abrams? The shoes?
Oh, God. I give up.
Oh, that was
I
the worst.
That was the thanks for coming on the show, dude. Congrats to the Rams. You guys are balling out.
Rams.
Rest up during the bye week, dude. You know?
What?
Marty, read.
Who is? Stacey Abrams. Oh, I said I messed up, Stacey Abrams.
No, I'm just messing with you. Thank you for dropping by. Hopefully you get to eat some good food and shit like that. But, you know, you can't eat too much because you got to weigh in. And those weigh-ins, it's $183 for every pound you over, so it's not worth it. And sometimes when you're playing in the NFL, you're away from family. And if you need a family or a place to go for Thanksgiving, you can't come to my house.
No room with a 25-person table.
And I don't know what the fuck we're doing right now on the show, so... I turned down, if you don't want to come by my house, don't worry. I turned down dinner invitations before from Tom Brady. So.
This week, I want to just tell you guys this Thanksgiving, I'm very thankful for a lot of things in life. But one thing, when you have a lot of friends, you get into weird predicaments. A couple seasons ago, I was cut by the Packers, and I was picked up by the Patriots. It was like close to Thanksgiving. I was thankful for being back around my friends, but then me and my family, we were staying in a hotel. We didn't have a place to live, and we have a place to go for Thanksgiving. Morning of Thanksgiving, I get a couple text messages after work. One's from Tom Brady, who invites me over for Thanksgiving, and one's from Dev McCourty and Duron Harmon, who invite me over for Thanksgiving. So I find myself in a bit of a pickle. When I'm weighing my options, I imagine walking into the two spaces. I imagine walking in Tom's space, the driveway's full of Aston Martins. They already decorated for Christmas, so there's like a wreath on the house. There's mistletoe so that you could kiss your loved one before you walk into his home. I probably had to take off my shoes because the floor is just so gorgeous and well kept. And as I did walk, someone would probably sweep the floor behind me every step I take, so there was not a mess to be made. So I imagined that they wouldn't have anything that has starches in it. They probably serve avocado toast, avocado ice cream, avocado bagels, avocado turkey, avocado ham, everything that you could possibly put avocado in, he probably had that. And I knew Dev and Dude, because his mom was coming to town, all his family was coming to town. I knew that they was gonna have fried chicken. I knew that they was gonna have mac and cheese. I knew that they was gonna have candy yams. I knew that they was gonna have cornbread. I knew that they was gonna have Kool-Aid. But I imagine like there'd be a lot of people laughing, rejoicing. There'll be yak and, Hennessy, and I imagine that Tom's house, there's rosé. So, so that was like the difference in the balance. And then, and Hennessy sounds a lot more fun than rosé. So when I was measuring the way I want to spend my Thanksgiving, I chose to go over to Dew and Dev's place because I knew the food was going to be delicious and I wanted to have a great meal, and that's how I spend my Thanksgiving.
Oh man, happy Thanksgiving. You and I are so different. I love it. That's awesome. I would have gone to Tom Brady's house so quick. Those are all my favorite things. Avocados, rosé, celebrities, beautiful people, his cheekbones. I'm all in, man.
Meanwhile, I think you made a very educated and proper decision, and I think you made the right decision.
If it was just a regular day of the week and just dinner, I probably went over there. But since Thanksgiving is a place where you're supposed to get the itis. I don't think I'm going to get the itis from avocado toast.
No, itis is not gluten-free, so I think you made a wise choice after all. Well, we love to honor the creative game changers around the world who are doing their thing. We want to show them some love, and we do it with the Marty Awards. My Marty Award this week goes to the legendary screenwriter William Goldman, who died at the age of 87. I'm not giving him a Marty just because I want Martellus to understand that all old white men are not Kavanaugh, but I'm also giving him a Marty because he won 2 Academy Awards for writing Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and All the President's Men. He wrote Marathon Man, one of my favorites with Dustin Hoffman, Memoirs of an Invisible Man, Misery, one of the great writers in Hollywood. He passed away. He wins a Marty. Shout out to William Goldman and his family.
Well, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kids is actually one of my favorite movies. I grew up watching Westerns with my dad, and the reason why I wear 3-piece suits with hats and cowboy boots usually because all the Western movies I grew up watching, they were just so nice and neat when they came around. But then Django came along, and now I'm more Django.
Smile on your face. It's ridiculous.
This week, my Marty Award goes to Keith Jacobs, an R&B singer out of Houston, Texas, making great music. I think he's an up-and-coming artist. He's doing a great job. He has this thing going on at the House of Blues. If it doesn't feel like the 90s, then you're not listening to it. So very creative, very good music. If you want to check him out, check him out. Shout out to Keith. And it's one time for the H. The H is Houston, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, I knew. Thanks.
My Marty Award goes to Suede, the remix god. He is the person who came up with the Thanksgiving anthem that we all were dancing to last year and this year. The jeans, greens, tomatoes, mom, you name it, that thing. And he does a bunch of remixes, and he's very talented, and he's doing his thing independently. So check him out, Suede, the remix god, on Instagram, remix god Suede. Keep killing it, brother.
I would love for all of our Marty Award winners to share a Thanksgiving meal up in the sky one day. That would be nice.
In the sky one day?
Well,
Why do you want people to die?
Well, my guy's already dead, so I wanted to be a part of the dinner. Don't box him out of the dinner. He can't get a plate because he's dead.
Give people flowers while they can still smell them.
That's what death means. You miss meals.
But I had this idea the other day. Why do we send people flowers that we know they're going to die?
I don't. Once you did, you did.
Or the flowers are going to die.
On a lighter note, it would be really fun to celebrate Thanksgiving by eating tacos. That's what people in LA do, and that's what mostly football correspondent and SoCal native Denise Jones did when she had a chance to hang out with the newest LA Laker, JaVale McGee. Share some tacos.
All right, JaVale, what's up? Thank you so much for joining us.
You already know.
You're in LA, it's a big city. Welcome to the new team.
Thank you,
How does it feel to be a part of this team?
Oh man, it feels great. Legendary organization, a legendary place to live. I mean, it's beautiful. Who wouldn't want to play?
Who wouldn't want to play? Have you already fit into like the Hollywood life? Is there anything that's Hollywood about LA that you've seen so far?
I don't know about the Hollywood life. You know me, I like to stay out the way. But you know, I went to a couple premieres. That was fun.
We got a spot that we're gonna check out here. It's called El Sombrero.
El Sombrero.
El Sombrero is actually super tasty and one of my favorite spots. You were in the Bay for a cool minute. You ain't had no burritos?
Isn't burrito a part of Mexican food?
It is, but the California burrito in the Bay is way different than the one in LA. So you have burritos in the Bay and you have tacos in LA.
I don't like enchiladas just because how they look.
But how do you know you don't like them if you ain't never had one?
It's sort of like racism.
Dang.
I got a question before we get
Tell
any
me.
further.
Go ahead.
Are refried beans actually refried?
So it's not necessarily refried.
So that's what I envision refried beans
It's
as.
not. It's just beans. It's not even really fried.
So what is the name refried beans for?
I don't know. I just eat it. Growing up, your pops play basketball, your mom plays basketball, your sister plays basketball. In a house with so many athletes, who's the best shit talker?
My mama by far. Oh man, she gets real personal with it. So,
How so? Like how so?
Like she doesn't care. Like you have a bad game, so first thing you come out the game into the car, it's you suck today. You're like, wow, like say hi.
Let's talk about Pierre for a second. Who is Pierre?
Pierre is initially me. I guess an alter ego that can do whatever he wants. You know, I put stuff in that name just because I don't want JaVale McGee. Like,
right.
Just because then you think I'm out there rapping and like I'm a 7-foot rapper.
You do have fire. You haven't heard my fire though.
Can I hear a freestyle about this ceviche?
I'm like Eminem. Like I just be breaking words
Let's see
down.
if I can.
My name's Denise. I'm from the streets of CPT, eating some ceviche with JaVale McGee, and he is up on this beat, and I already know that my name is DD. See, you messed me up with the beat.
You were so hard. You were messing up my beat. You were really.
I got confused.
You were really flowing though.
I was really
wow.
flowing.
High five on that one.
See, man, don't blame me.
Shout out to Denise, man. We gotta get her on the show more often.
I would love to have tacos with Denise sometime. Tacos are great. What they are. Tacos are delicious.
The tacos are my favorite, man. I love tacos.
I would love to have tacos with Denise, too.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
We all should go on adventures with Denise. We're looking forward to it. But next week on Adventures with Marty, I get back to doing super dope shit like designing sneakers with a legend, Kickstradamus. I feel like I could airbrush that part, though.
Yeah, you could airbrush it. And the further back you are, the more area that you'll cover.
Fuck. I didn't want to do that.
We're artists, bro. You could always clean up your shit.
Adam Caparella, our resident gambling expert. He's back for another week. He hates dessert, so I'm going to have his pie. We have a buffet of Thanksgiving bets for you. I don't know what it is with you and desserts. But
anti-dessert.
Anti-dessert. You, Adam, you assumed you watched the crazy video game at the Coliseum the other night. What did you think about that one?
Yeah, it got crazy. I mean, as much fun as it was to watch the game, it was just as much fun to gamble on the game because for those of us that took the over, we cashed in that ticket big time in the third quarter. And for those of us following the in-game lines and the in-game totals, we saw an historic 104.5 in-game total posted late in the fourth quarter. And those two teams still combined for 105 points. They blew by the original over by 40 points. And for those of you that had the audacity and the gall to take the under, my condolences to your bank account, number one. And number two, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, fuck you and your entire family. Vegas got crushed Monday night with 69% of all bets being placed on the over of 63. I love that you're watching in-game lines. You're such a degenerate.
If you're a gambler, that's what you do, yeah.
105 points later, Vegas had a healthy 7-figure loss. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I mean, the books are getting killed this year, which is great for gamblers. It's great to see them suffer and lose all kinds of money. But yeah, 7 million to 10 million loss, whatever the report number was, that's basically historic. Yeah, the books this year are getting killed. So for us gamblers, it's been a very good season.
You guys aren't anti-dessert like Adam, right? You guys like this pie?
It's all right. It's pretty good.
Yeah, probably pretty good.
I'm 50% chocolate and 50% amazing.
All right, let's get to the gambling for last week, see how we all did. Adam, you went 2 for 3, but ended up plus $200 when the Chiefs covered by that half a point. It was
all about the hook, baby.
Pretty nice. I've continued being the greatest gambler in the history of gambling. I've gone 3-0. Again last week, I'm leaving you all in the dust. I got over $2,000 of fake money. Story of my career. James, if the Rams scored just one more point, on Monday night, you would have been up huge, but still came out on top with a respectable $100. Not so bad.
Hey, I mean, you guys were throwing fish at me.
Yeah, from getting fish thrown at you to eating pie, it's been a nice week. All right, James, even though you did make money, you still finished in last. So you're going to have another punishment. Actually, no, we're not going to do another punishment. You've been on an epic cold streak. You've lost 4 straight weeks in a row. You're taking your punishments like a real dude. So this being Thanksgiving, we're thankful for you jumping headfirst into gambling, unlike some other people on the show. So thank you so much. We're going to hold off the punishment.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, mostly football gods.
Because that pie that was on the table, we were all going to throw it at your face. It was going to get messy, and the staff was going to clean it up. It was just a bad idea. So no punishment this week. Let's get to the games for this week, shall we? All right. Up first, we've got the Detroit Lions. They are hosting the Chicago Bears in Detroit on Thanksgiving. The Bears might not have Mitch Trubisky. It's looking like he's doubtful with a sprained AC joint. Back in the Bears, 3-point favorites in Detroit. Right, Adam?
We are back in the Lions.
Whoa!
All the trends favor Detroit in this one. Know that the Bears are just 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 trips up to Ford Field. Give me $100 on the dogs.
Going for the Lions. James, I know you have a policy that you never bet on Detroit. Just in anything.
I don't believe in them as a physical lot of land, nor a place to live or an organization. It's Return of the Mac, baby, Chicago. And I'm going to bet a healthy $100.
That's big time.
Ooh.
That's big time.
Watch out.
Marty, you ever play on Thanksgiving? Is it weird playing on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I played on Thanksgiving most of my football life because at Texas, with Texas A&M, we played against Texas, and then I played with the Cowboys, and then with the Giants, I ended up playing. So it's very weird. I mean, last year was my first time actually. I got hurt one year. I had Thanksgiving with my family for the first time in like a decade or some shit. So it's crazy.
Dropping some stuff on the floor there? What's going on? You and your pie?
I dropped my fork, but honestly, it wasn't on the ground for longer than 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a 10-second rule. I knew about the 5-second rule. All right. I'm going to go $100 in the Lions because, I don't know, by that point in the day, I'll probably already be drunk. I'll be, like, rooting for Detroit.
That's
All
the early game.
Yes, exactly. Next up, it's a surprising showdown for first place in the NFC East. After that really gruesome and sad injury to Alex Smith, Colt McCoy, hook 'em, will lead the Redskins into Dallas as a 7.5-point underdog. The Cowboys have looked great the last 2 weeks. Adam, it's America, Cowboys and Indians. It's how we do things. It's pretty terrible. Probably going to be a terrible game, right?
No, I think this will be a good one. Listen, it's a rivalry game. I always try to take the points in this one, and that's why I'm taking the Redskins. Also know that they are 9-2, a scintillating 9-2 against the spread in the last 11 trips down to Big D. So $100 on the Redskins, even with the quarterback situation.
You mentioned being in Texas, like you always played on Thanksgiving. Like, why in Dallas? Why in Texas? Like, do they love Thanksgiving so much?
I mean, I think everyone loves Thanksgiving, but I think Thanksgiving is a weird-ass holiday if you given the circumstances behind it.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, the meaning behind that. I should probably put this pie down.
Yeah, it's a cornucopia of issues.
Yeah,
when you really break down the history of it.
A lot of use of the word cornucopia on the show today.
I know, it's a great word.
We got a night game in the Big Easy. That's going to cap things off. Oh, James, yeah, who do you got? Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm going to lose.
Exactly.
I'm going to lose.
Yeah, that's right. You know?
I have the Cowboys because, I don't know, I do. Ezekiel, belly button.
All right, I'm going to go $200 on the Cowboys as well, and not for the belly button. I don't know why, though. All right, we've got a big night game. That's the third one on Thanksgiving. It's going down in New Orleans. The 9-1 Saints play host to the Falcons. The Saints are 13-point favorites. Wow, really? And there's another big over-under at 60. Finishing off Thanksgiving. Usually I'm asleep and miss this game, but what do you like in the Saints?
Yeah, I'm pulling the U. I'm not playing the line here. I'm staying away from that 13 number. I'm taking the over, so give me $200 on that total. Listen, these two teams combined for 80 points the first time around. They can get you 60. Hell, Drew Brees might get you 60 on his own, so give me 200 again on the over, excuse me. A lot of points scored on Thursday night.
James, I know your family, they like to do like Thanksgiving lunch.
Yeah.
So it leaves your evenings open. Are you going to be watching the Saints, or do you have other plans?
It depends on when the itis hits and how hard it hits. I'll probably watch this game because I want to see the numbers run up, and I'm putting $200 on them Saints.
Going for it. Who dat? Who dat? I'm going $100, even though the 13 points feels a little high, but I don't know. I'll go $100 on the Saints. And since it's Thanksgiving and since James is a diehard golf fan, we got one more bonus pick for you this week on Mostly Football because, dude, you honestly need all the help you can get. Friday, Phil Jackson squares off with Tiger Woods. Sorry, Phil Mickelson. Call him Phil Jackson. It'd be a much different competition. Phil Mickelson tees up against Tiger Woods. A $9 million purse is on the line. Tiger is favored by 1.5 holes, and they're going to bet $200,000 that Phil makes the first birdie. I mean, all this side action. Two guys who are always 2 martinis deep. James, you're the big golfer here as well. Who do you like in this one?
Listen here, okay? The most charismatic and entertaining person will be Phil Mickelson. The person you're going to root for emotionally is going to be Phil Mickelson. But Tiger Woods won the last tournament of the year, the Tournament of Champions. He is playing better golf, and you got to put your money on Tiger Woods, not because he's arguably the greatest golfer of all time, but because he's actually playing the best golf out of the two of them. So you got to root for Tiger. Put all your money on Tiger. I don't even remember, but whatever I have left, I think it's $100. It's on Tiger Woods.
A lot of golf on Friday after Thanksgiving in the Bennett household. You guys gonna be watching?
I don't really watch sports.
All right, I'm gonna go $100 on Tiger Woods as well, because don't forget, this is in Vegas, and Vegas is where Tiger really achieves his true greatness. So $100, all the money on Tiger Woods. Who do you got? You got Tiger?
I'm with you. Listen, Tiger in Vegas, that is a recipe for disaster.
Yes.
$50 on Phil. James, as always, fading your picks.
Well, dude, good luck on Thanksgiving not eating dessert, man. I hope you can kind of get over that and find some pie in your
You got to
life.
be disciplined in life.
I thought you were saying that he'll be 2 martinis deep.
Hey, there he is. All right, a little golf talk from Martellus there.
Tiger, you motorboat.
Happy Thanksgiving, dude. Thanks for coming to the show. We don't have a turkey on set, but we do have a dog who is not that attractive. So time now for the ugly ass dog Thanksgiving pick of the week. Unfortunately, or fortunately for the sake of comedy, we're not always the best versions of ourselves. Take the Syracuse equipment staff, for example, which misspelled the name of Buddy Boeheim. His dad, Hall of Famer Jim Boeheim, has only been coaching at Syracuse since the turn of the century. Time for You're Better Than That. Why are you going to put on a jersey with your names on it and spelled wrong? No, I blame him too. All right, today's winner, though, it goes to new Kansas football coach Les Miles. Here's a bit of his opening press conference. Welcome to Lawrence, Coach.
Be involved with, you know, be involved with the many things. I'm having a little heartfelt here.
Run through a wall for that guy, huh?
Today, Junior. Today.
So wait, why didn't you go play for him at LSU when he recruited you?
I think he came in after Saban left. So Saban was there. Then Saban dished the place like he dished most places and went somewhere else. And they recruited me. Jimbo Fisher, the head coach at Texas A&M, recruited me. So.
Wow, Les Miles, you got to get it together down in Kansas. What are you guys doing for the holiday? You guys good? You guys have a big Thanksgiving?
I don't know, man. I think I'm just gonna eat.
You got a table of 25 at your house, and Jesus, and who else is gonna be there?
I got a table of 100. Everybody I ever met in my entire life is coming over. We're just gonna reminisce about me and how great I am. Then we're gonna go to my imagination studio, and we're gonna draw, and then we're gonna go in my studio, and we're gonna rap about what we drew, and then we're gonna not watch sports because I don't watch sports, and then I'm gonna just drink. Where's my hot chocolate, y'all? What the fuck is my hot chocolate?
Sounds like a great Thanksgiving. You doing something similar?
Well, first of all, at my dinner table, we do not talk about me. I prefer not to talk about myself.
It's the one safe space.
Yeah. At home, I don't talk about myself. There's no jerseys on my wall. There's no pictures of me on the wall. There's none of this shit. There's no shrine to Marty. I don't even hang my own personal art in my house. So
it is for sale at the Imagination Agency.
Yeah, .com. Yeah, the imaginationagency.com. You can purchase your book today.
I'm going to be watching Michigan beat Ohio State. That's right. Shout out to Coach Harbaugh. He has a vitamin every single day. It's called a steak. Thanks so much for watching Mostly Football. Be sure to catch us at our regular time slot, Thursdays at 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock on the West Coast on Complex and Yahoo Sports. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Yahoo's app. We're on like 6 of Marty's apps in development. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the football. Go Blue. Shout out to my parents. I'm coming home to see you guys.
Don't drink.
Happy
Don't drink
Thanksgiving.
And don't drink and drive, motherfuckers.